Hello everybody, this is Shirley with So Too We Begin Embroidery. Thank you for stopping by and listening to my video today. Today I will be doing part 2 of my series that I started in learning My Design Center. I think My Design Center is a very important component of our PR 1055X and any of the PR 1000 series I understand. And what I'm going to do today is talk about the scanning tray, or the scanning board is what they call it. They came with your machine. I'm going to show you how to use it and what the results are. And here I have in my hand the scanning tray. And if you can see, I have a small line design on it that I'm going to show you how to turn it into an actual design that you can stitch. So that's going to be the conversation for today. And as I said earlier, there will be more to come. But today we're talking about the scanning board and how it functions in My Design Center and how it can allow you to be very creative and make some wonderful designs for yourself, your family, your children if you have them, anything. And it's quick, easy, and simple. So let's get started. What I have here is the scanning board with the line illustration design on it and attached by magnets that comes with your machine with the scanning board. And then on the opposite side, I have an actual stitch out of that exact design. So I scanned that in and I was able to assign thread colors to it and stitch it out and have it come out as a beautiful design. So that's what I'm going to show you today, how to go about doing it. And you don't need anything other than what I have on this table to do that, other than the machine, of course, and your thread. But all you need is the scanning board, an illustration, a line design, either one that you want, and then, of course, hoop your cloth or whatever. I actually use some stabilizer that I doubled up and stitched on it for this example. So this is what we're going to do today. I'm not going to stitch this out again. I'm just going to show you exactly how I came about getting it done and ready to do this. So we'll move on to the machine. So I'm at the machine. The very first thing you have to do is, of course, move your arm off of the machine because the scanning board does not require it to be attached to the arm. I currently have my A arm on, so I'm going to go ahead and take the A arm off, and I'm going to show you exactly how to put the scanning board on, which is quite simple. You just put the holes into the little pegs and then put the screws on, and I'll show you where the pegs and everything are. So I'm going to go ahead and take my A arm off, and then I will come back and show you how to put the scanning board on. The scanning board has two slots. Hopefully you can see both of them. I think you can. And two holes. The screws go into the holes and the little pegs go into the slot, and the two screws that you took out from your A arm or your B arm screws into the little holes. The other thing is you have this little black covering here. You take this out and it goes onto your needle plate covering the part where the actual needle goes down into the bobbin area. So I'm going to go ahead and screw this on, and after it's on, then you can place your illustration on the board if you choose to, or you can put it on before because it is going to have the magnets on it, but that's how you put it on. So I want you to see exactly where, here's where the screw is, the other screw, and then right here you have two square holes that's where it attaches to the pegs, and then the screws that goes on. Now, the little black apparatus that I showed you that sits in here when you get your board. Now, for me, I don't keep it here. They tell you to keep it there because that's what you have to use to cover your bobbin needle area, which is down there. I keep it in the toolbox that came with my machine because I'm afraid with me moving things around and it not being in a secure place where it doesn't get shifted from place to place at some time, it will get lost. So I keep mine in my toolbox, but you can make your own decision about where to keep it. But this is where it nests if you keep it on your board. The other thing is, don't forget to put it on your bobbin arm before you put your tray on. Because if not, you got to take the tray off, stick it on, put the tray back on. So that's just a suggestion. Now, up here in this corner at the top, I'll call it your left-hand corner with the orientation of the board, is an arrow. This is where your design goes, in that corner. Now, there's another arrow on the other side that you can't see, but your design cannot extend past that arrow that's over here, or it will not get caught in the scan. So just keep that in mind. What I think I'm going to do is scan a different design. Since I already have this one, let's see how we do with this cute little butterfly. I'm going to place, now your machine has in its toolbox 6 of these green magnets. You don't need to use them all. You only need to use one, most likely. Whatever it is, 1 or 2 usually is the max, just to hold it in place when the tray is moving or the board is moving. So I'm just going to place it right here because I'm going to show you got to figure out a way to get it out of the picture. And so you don't want it to be in the way. I might put another one down here just like this. Let's see how that goes. So I have it in the corner. It doesn't extend out here. It's fastened down here and it's fastened down there. So once we get all of that done, then we're going to have to go into the LCD panel and select My Design Center and then go from there. So I will show you what the next step is. Okay, I hope I can show you this and not get in the way of the camera's view. But you have to go into My Design Center here. Now that you are in the My Design Center that I showed you in part 1, you go up to the top where it says Image Scan and you touch it. It will take you to this page. You go to this page and this page will show you what to do. You see a scan here and you have importing an image file or whatever, which you have the opportunity to do that if you're not scanning. But here I'm going to hit the scan button, and what the scan button is going to do, or the scan icon, it is going to move your scan board and start scanning this design into the machine. So the frame will move to be scanned with the built-in camera. Then you hit OK. So it is now reading and preparing to scan. And once it's ready, it's going to move the arm and your scan board will be moving and the camera will be scanning it just like it does when you use your camera for positioning or anything like that. It's the same process. The only difference is it is scanning. And to convert an image to a line or field page image, scan the design with a scanning frame so that your machine can retrieve appropriate color information. So that's what the process is at this moment. Because it is a line design and not a illustration with a fill, it is only going to scan the line design. Now, it has scanned in. You may not be able to see it, I don't know, but this part right here gives you the opportunity to darken this so you can see it better. See where it's in there? So it has definitely been scanned in. Now you'll say, but I have these magnets in here. You have two options. When I go into line design up here, it is going to give me the opportunity to crop this design. It's so small, it's not going to be doing a lot of cropping. But if you have the option, you can crop out the magnets. If it's not possible, because it looks like I'll get rid of part of it here, I may have to use the eraser here to get part of the magnet out of the design. So let me go here. Now I'm going to hit line design. That's the second one. Now, as you can see, we went to a different page, and you see these two red arrows here. That allows us to crop down. So I can move this down and crop out the magnet. See, the magnet is no longer in that red field. And then I can come up this way and try to crop it out here. Now, if I go up any higher, it is going to crop out the clouds. So, I am going to, let me go ahead and crop out the clouds and get rid of the magnets so I don't have to worry about that. So now the magnet is gone. Nothing should be in there but the butterfly and the two clouds at the top. Now you can manipulate, make it darker. You can change your stitches down here if you want. All of that. But right now, I'm going to leave it as is, and I'm going to hit OK. That has set this as stitches. It's not quite ready to stitch out, but it is going to be the stitches. So you have your original view, which is this, and the result view, which is this. Now, as you can see, there's some things on here that you know, remnants of the cloud is on there. And I can get rid of those too, because I can hit, I believe, this icon. No, that gives me color if I want to put color in here. I can hit, I want to say hit set. And then let me make this a little larger so you can see what I'm talking about. This little spot here, you can get rid of that, because that will stitch out as well if you don't get rid of it. So I'm going to put it back small the way it was. I'm going to hit set. Now, I'm where the eraser is. So I can go back here and make it bigger. And I actually can take my eraser and I can erase out the cloud altogether. Let me make it bigger, my eraser, so I can erase out the cloud. So I'm using my eraser to erase out the cloud, this part, this part. Now, when I move this over to its lowest, you no longer see the cloud, nor do you see the magnet. So when I hit next, it should go into its stitching form without the magnet or those clouds. There you see it does not have the magnets or the bottom clouds. You can make it a little bigger if you want. I always have to put it back in the center so you can see it. There we go. See, you have your clouds at the top, you have your butterfly, you have no magnets, you have no clouds at the bottom. You have your size, which is 3.54 inches tall, 3.7 inches wide. You have your stitches. You can change all of this, your underlay and your top stitching, if you choose to. I have it magnified so you can see how it's going to stitch out, and it looks like all of this will be satin stitches. You have your stitches up here that you can change. All of this can be manipulated if you want to. You can go in here. These are the different stitches, line stitches you can choose if you choose. And these are the colors that you can add. Now, I have not chosen to add any colors in here because this is a lot. Don't want to do that. But what I'm going to do is go ahead and hit set. That has converted this to a stitch that you can actually stitch out. And that's it. That's exactly how you do it. Now, you can hit edit. You can put it in the memory. Now it's in the memory of my machine, so I can go back and get it, play with it, do whatever I want to do with it. If I choose to do so, let me go in here, see what's in there, what's in my memory. I forgot how to get in there while I have this on here. Oh, here it is, I think. The machine will move. Keep your hands away from the machine. Nope, that's not what I want to do. That's the camera. This is going to make it where you can pinpoint. I don't want to do that. So it is ready now. If you want to hit embroidery, you can assign a color to it, which for me, I would assign it on black, which is my number 2. Hit OK. And then you can go ahead and stitch this out. I'm not going to stitch this out. The next thing I'm going to do is show you how I added the colors to the other design that I had. This one is a little bit too laborious, so I'm not going to add color to this. But I'm going to go ahead and scan the other one in, the original one in, and I will show you how I added color to that. But as you can see, there you have it. You have a design in here from a cartoon that you can put into your computer to stitch out. So what that means, anything that you have, especially if it's a line design, is really easy to do. You can convert that again to a design that you can stitch out. If your children make those cute little drawings at school and you want to put that on a shirt or a pillow of theirs or something, you can take a picture of it, scan it in, convert it to stitches, stitch out. If it has color in it, you can assign colors to it. So I have, let me see if I can go in here and get out of here. I'm going to go into my machine memory, and as you can see, here's the butterfly. Saved it twice, didn't mean to do that. But here is my lady. I ended up saving her multiple times as well. But you can see that I saved her in here and other things that I've saved into my memory. But this particular one I've saved into my memory, set it, and it's going to stitch out colors. I thought I had saved it in here in black and white, but I don't guess I did. So let me back out of here. I'm going to go into memory again. I don't think I saved it in here black and white. Does not look like it. So I didn't save it in here black and white. But anyway, I'm going to scan it in, show you how to select the colors. I have it scanned in. I have it cropped. I have it dark enough where you can see it. If I go back to light, as light as it is, you no longer see the magnet, so the magnets will not show up when I set it. So it's a clean design that is embroidered into my machine. Now I'm going to see if I can save it in the pocket. And it's in here. For some reason I keep having it outside of this stitching area, but I'm going to go ahead and, well, I can't hit OK because it's not lined up correctly. For some reason, I don't know why that's the case. That's a whole nother situation. Maybe I can do memory. It should be in there now, hopefully. So the next thing I'm going to do is go into line design. And, well, I went into line design and this is the results. I got to go back out of here because I got to get, okay, there we are. Don't know what that part was because none of that is supposed to show up. Anyway, so you go into your regional property. This is your line property. This is your regional property. What I'm going to do is select some areas in my regional property to color. Now you might want to make this a little bigger so you can see it. Now up here you can move it around, put it where you can see it. I'm going to go into the little page here, which takes me to my color palette, takes me to my stitches and all of that, and select a color. I'm going to select green, and then I'm going to select, now you have to have it on the bucket, and you have to have it on an enclosed area, because if it's not enclosed, when you hit it, it's going to cover everything that's not enclosed. Let me show you what I mean. This is not enclosed, so if I touch green and hit here, you see everything turned green. Of course, that's not what I want. But if I touch green here, which is all enclosed, then hit the bucket again, touch here, it should be all enclosed. Let me see. Let me find a spot that I know is enclosed. There we go. It has to be totally enclosed. Now there must be some stitches that are opened that I am not aware of, and that's the reason why it didn't, it went everywhere. Let me see another spot. I think is enclosed. I'm going to go in here, I'm going to hit red, I'm going to come out, and I am going to touch the lips. See what I mean? So now you have the design that has color in the lips and one of the colors in her headdress. Now, to move on, make this smaller. You got to be careful and make sure that it is enclosed. Let me go out of here. That was line. Here. I'm going to hit blue. And I think this part here is pretty enclosed. Get back to the bucket. There you go. So that's how you do your colors. And you just go on and on and on. Now you can work on this design if you go back before you set it. If you had gone in and checked it, made sure that all the stitches are closed that you want to be closed and what have you, you can do that. And then you don't have to worry about any of the colors bleeding into other areas. But you get the gist of the idea of what I'm talking about. As long as it's in an enclosed area where the stitches are totally enclosed, you can change the colors. Now, I don't know, I think it's right here that's not closed off, and that's the reason why I can't put anything here, because that stitch right there is open and it's going to flood. So I would have had to close that up. I didn't have that issue with the other one. But that's how you assign colors. And if you want to assign colors to your illustration or to your line design, that's exactly how you do it. Then you hit next when you're done. It is going to now convert it to stitches. So you can see where it is converted to stitches. And they are all satin stitches, and it's going to show you pretty much how it's going to look. You can manipulate your underlays and all of those kinds of things. I let mine stay on auto. I don't change anything. Then you hit set. As it says, converted to embroidery pattern, and my design center will be exit. OK to continue to embroider edit screen. Now if I hit OK on that, that is going to now make that a design to stitch. Hit OK. You go to your familiar screen. You can go up here now. I can hit rotate. There she is. I can go in here. I can hit size. I do my, make sure that all of my density is correct. And that's what that's for. You hit OK. I can make it bigger. Then I can go back. Rotate it again. Now it is 6.2 in height, 4.91 in width. I can stitch it out like that if I choose to, or I could have done what I did with the original one that I showed you in the beginning, to do the whole entire headdress, her lips, and her earrings. I did not do her face because, as you can see, it is open. I would have had to go in, which I could have, add stitches to close it up, close the bottom, close the neck, and make sure that everything was closed up, that I did not want to be a different color. And then I could have changed the face color and everything else, which I chose not to do. That would have been a whole lot of stitches. But anyway, that is exactly how you do it. So, simple, no big deal. Easy to do. It does require a little practice. It's not hard, but it does require a little practice. You may be able to get it done on the first try, or you may have to try it 1 or 2 times just to make sure that you're doing everything, hitting the right buttons, everything scans correctly, that you're able to touch it for the colors if you want colors, so forth and so on. But it is not difficult to do. It's not something that is going to be terribly hard to learn. So I hope this is something that you would try, because you need to utilize your design center. My design center here is set up for us to be creative, and that is what we need to do. So I will be moving on to lesson 3, and not quite sure exactly what lesson 3 is going to be, but it won't be long before that comes up. So just look forward to getting the notification that I have uploaded lesson 3. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little tutorial of using the scanning board and getting a design into your machine that you can stitch out. I hope that was something that is useful to you, and if you enjoyed this video and you feel like it was beneficial, can you please give me a thumbs up and share this video with anybody that you think also would benefit from it? And if you have not subscribed already, can you please subscribe? I appreciate that very much. And hit the notification bell so you will be reminded when the next video comes out. And lesson number 3, we're going to be talking about combining shapes and clip art together. So we're going to be still working in my design center, combining clip art and shapes together to come up with a unique design. So that's what we're going to do on the next lesson. And we will probably have, I think I am going to do about 3 more lessons, so that'll be a total of 6 lessons in my design center. Then we will be moving on to some more things that we can do with the machine that does not necessarily need to be done in the design center, but it's something that you may not be utilizing your machine for. So we're going to keep on moving, learning our PR 1055X. And remember, if you have not purchased one, which I'm not asking you to do so because the book is not cheap, but a lot of this information is coming out of the Entrepreneur Pro 1055X playbook. And so it is good to have it if you have it. I got it when I first got my machine, and I've been using it, and it has been really helpful to me because it taught me a lot about using my machine and what things did, and I could go back and look at the video that comes with it. And also because not only do you get the book itself, you get a little USB card like this, a USB card like this that's actually a thumbnail that you put in there, and it has quite a few little videos on there that you can look at, and over and over and over and over again until you get it down pat. And if you forget, you can look at it again, you can look in the book, all of those things. And you know, of course our machine comes with a manual, but a lot of that terminology in the manual is just confusing to me. I don't know about you, but when I actually visualize it and see it and hear someone explain it, then I can pick it up better and learn it. And that's what I'm hoping that you're being able to do with me. I try to be very detail oriented when I'm doing these projects. So if you have any questions, please put your comments, your questions, whatever it is, in the comment section below the video. I appreciate the comments. I try to respond to all of them. And hopefully that way we can communicate back and forth and learn. So this is the end of the video. Do not forget, however, that I do have a Tuesday night live. It's Shirley Wind Down Tuesday, so get your libation. And we get together on live stream, 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and talk about embroidery projects, anything that has to do with embroidery, rhinestones, sublimation, or anything else that you want to talk about. We chat, we enjoy each other, we're building our community, the camaraderie is growing, and it's a lot of fun. So I do invite you to come into the live stream as well. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off for now until the next video. I don't know if it's going to be lesson 4 at the very next video, but lesson 4 is coming. And hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of my videos. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.